Okay, hello everybody. My name is Lou. I am an indie animator, and today I have with me.
Me, Mirandamations.
And today we're going to be talking about indie animation and Atlas and the Stars and how you became an animator and all of these sorts of things.
Yeah.
This is the first of our little interview series on Tako Talks, which is a small thing at the beginning. We want to give more insight from different animators to give newer people who are into animation, or just people who are just curious about how things work behind the scenes in both indie and, studio animation and what the differences are like. So, this is very exciting. With our first question, how did you start animating? How did you get into it?
So let me think for a second. I know that I began getting serious about animation back in 2014. Before then, I did kind of dabble in the little Nintendo DS flip note studio thing, if that counts for anything. Yeah, that was my first kind of experience to animation, but it wasn't until 2014 where I saw on YouTube that people were making their own little animations of warrior cats and things, and I was like, wow, that's incredible. I want to do something like that, because I was already an artist at that point. I've been drawing for majority of my life. Ever since I could hold a crayon, I was basically just drawing.
Just from the beginning.
I was drawing in the womb. But after I saw those animations, I was like, yeah, I think I want to kind of do something like this. This is so cool. I want to create stuff that makes me sit there in awe, So I first initially downloaded the Flash Animate. I tried it once, and then I was like, I hate this program. So then I immediately moved to Fire Alpaca, and I have not stopped using that program since.
Wait, so you animate on Fire Alpaca at the moment?
Yes, I've been animating on Fire Alpaca for no, it has a animation mode. It doesn't have a timeline or anything, but I make it work. So
Oh my gosh, that's really impressive.
It's the only program I know. I have used other programs like Toon Boom and Animate, but I just really don't care for them. I'm gonna be honest.
No,
I just can't.
That's completely fair. I mean, Toon Boom's quite tough to. Once you get it, you get it. But it's sort of tricky to get into. I think it must be. Is it easy to transition with Fire Alpaca to animation, since it's already an art software that I guess you'd be familiar with already? Is it easier to make that jump, I suppose?
Yeah, it's I didn't start animating in Fire Alpaca. I was drawing in there beforehand, so I kind of knew how to work the program. But then it's the animation mode is pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. So all of the layers on the in the program, they act as your frame. So each layer is a frame. And I guess that's pretty straightforward. So you kind of just that was easy to learn for me. So I think that'd be a pretty good beginner program for anybody, actually, if they wanted to kind of start getting into animation, because it's so straightforward, and there's not a bunch of buttons popping out at you an intimidating UI. Yeah. It's pretty straightforward, so I think that's what I like most about it.
I think Clip Studio is very similar. It has a similar layer function, and it functions as both a animation software and a art program. It is interesting that there isn't that many programs that double as both, because it seems logical. They're not too far apart.
To be fair, I know Procreate has an animation mode as well that kind of uses the layer function as the same thing.
And they've just had Dreams
Clip Studio,
come out
Fire Alpaca. Oh yeah, Dreams. I've heard bad things about that one
really?
though. So yeah, people they were hyping it up a lot, and then they dropped it, and then it was not what they were kind of promoting. They kind of promised a bunch of you could have all your custom pens and things, and I think they're only offering the pens in that Dreams program, which was kind of a main seller for everybody.
I see.
And that was a main seller for me too. If I could have moved my brushes to that program, I would have been yeah, I'll get
easy.
this, but I don't think you can. Yeah.
What do you composite with?
I composite with After Effects. That is my
go-to.
Yeah.
Because your compositing is gorgeous. Oh, the lighting
Thank you.
seems to be quite. I've noticed with Atlas and the Stars, at least, it seems like lighting is a very important part of the process. The way that the characters are lit is beautiful.
Yes.
Do you have any advice about compositing for people who are new to compositing?
I know After Effects is a very daunting program because of all those buttons and that interface and things, and that's that's one of the things I don't like about it.
Yeah.
But you have to kind of remember that when you're using these big programs, that you're not going to use every single button in that program.
Very
You
true.
just need to memorize the ones that are going to get you through your project. And like after you memorize those ones, you're all set to go. Like you don't need to learn the entire program.
Yeah.
And I think that's what puts a lot of people off at first. Is like, oh, this is so much to learn. I don't know where to start. No, just start pressing buttons, and if it works for you, then great. You have your method going. Just keep doing that, and you'll learn. Wait, go ahead.
You want random accented man tutorial on YouTube. It's set for life.
Yeah, those YouTube tutorials like saved me because I'm trying to remember. I know that I watched tutorials at first, but like usually I can just kind of go in there now and just work because I've kind of learned like, okay, this is what gets this to work.
Yeah.
But if I do this, maybe it'll like kind of have different outcomes and stuff, and I kind of just start messing with that.
100%.
With episode 2, I kind of learned like the masking feature. I did not know that in episode 1, and that's like kind of a lifesaver because it really brings out like that like gorgeous lighting effect. Like I can have like just like a soft lighting on the characters and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, masking is a very nice effect. It's something that I'm still learning from masking. Currently, I've been like hand drawing Shoutout. So
oh my god!
This is a deliberate choice. Is because of the specific inspirations. But do you do a lot of rim lighting on your characters? I've noticed as well.
Yeah, like every single shot has rim lighting.
They're beautiful. I feel like that's a staple of indie animation in general. You like spam the rim lighting because it's such a just Alfred.
It's good. It's good.
It's good. It does the job.
Yeah.
When did you start developing Atlas in the Stars?
So I like began the concept as a whole back in 2020 after I started playing No Man's Sky because I wanted that game like really badly, and my old computer could not run it.
Right.
And then my old computer surged in like a power surge, so I lost everything. But I got a new computer and it could run No Man's Sky. So I was like, let me try this out, and I tried it and I loved it, and everything in that game is like such a huge inspiration to me, like not even just for Atlas. Like I love the visuals, I love the character designs, I love the soundtrack, I love everything about that game. It inspires me so much based around this. So I made Atlas like right immediately after playing that game, and I also like designed a little robot companion for her that did get cut out of the story.
I do find your aliens very interesting. They feel more like mammal-like, I suppose, than because people tend to lean more lizard for aliens generally, and the choice of making them more mammal-like is very interesting. I love the ears a lot.
Thank you.
Atmosphere looks as well.
Yeah. I think those features kind of make them a lot friendlier looking, and it's like not a bad thing to have like those like slimy looking reptile like aliens, because I do have Quasar, and it works for him because he is like the villain of the series, so he's got like that slithery reptile look to him. He does stand out like a lot from the other characters too, which kind of solidifies him as the antagonist. And then we've got the friendly protagonists, and they've got like these friendly features, these bright colors, and it kind of just like contrasts them a bit to like not mix them up and stuff.
I do enjoy how like all of Quasar and like his group, they all seem to are very cohesive color-wise, like you said, with you've got the lighter tones of Atlas and Atmosphere, and then with Quasar and everyone who works for him, they're all like much darker, sort of like more muted colors. That's a really cool like design choice.
Thank you. Yeah, that was intentional. I kind of wanted them to like fit in together. We've got Equinox, Atmosphere, Atlas. They have all those like color, and they blend in together. So when they're in their respective groups, they match. They match.
Know, like a team.
Yeah. They do also match when they're like all together, like all 6 characters together. Yeah. So like that works out well too. But it's like I kind of like having like that difference there.
They all feel very cohesive. Especially like I enjoy Quasar a lot. We got so much on him in like for the first episode, which is crazy. But it was so. I think what I was so impressed by, it was very well paced, because it's kind of hard to deliver that much weight for, especially your antagonist, so early on. So I'm really impressed, like with how you did it. It was so cool.
Thank you.
I also get the feeling, and correct me if I'm wrong here, is Quasar your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite, though. Like, I do like Quasar a lot. Yeah, they are all my kids. Like, I love every single character. I don't think I could pick, like, a favorite, but, I do kind of fluctuate between
Yeah.
like, oh, I like this character a lot when I'm like animating them, so I'll like
Yeah, I
kind of
get
like,
you.
you know, heavily fixate on them at the moment. But yeah,
Yeah, he's
I
very
do
cool.
like Quasar.
I
Thank
think
you.
I think my favorite was either Quasar or Atmosphere.
Yeah.
They're both very like they're very different characters, but I find it's amazing what without trying to glaze too much. The first episode is really. I think what was so impressive is it's so difficult in such a short amount of time to tell so much about a world and get you invested in what the plot is going on. And I think that it was amazing how you managed to balance both Quasar's perspective and then Atlas's perspective, and then unite them together towards the end, which is like, it was like, oh, okay, we're like getting started. We're getting like it's a really solid first episode. Do you think you would?
Yeah.
Where do you think you would like to go with Atlas and the Stars in future? What's your plans for the moment?
Oh, tough question. I mean, I want to get the series done. Like, I am working on episode 2 right now, and it's looking pretty good. Like, I don't want to like set like a specific date.
No, that's completely fair. Yeah.
But I'm kind of like thinking maybe if I lock in enough, I can get it done this year. I don't know. Maybe.
Got the indie animator like, I can do it, guys.
Watch this.
I mean, the fact that the first episode was 30 minutes and you did it in a year is insane. Like, do you use certain like efficiency techniques? Because it's like that's a huge undertaking to do in a year.
Yes.
And it still looks gorgeous. So you must like shortcut some of it, right? For the sake of your health.
I don't know if I'd shortcut anything. I wish I could, but sometimes I'm too stubborn for this. Like, I want everything to look as good as it possibly can. Like, I just can't bring myself. Yeah. It's like, I don't know if I can really bring myself to, like, make cuts like that. But I do have a very specific organization method, which I, heavily rely on, because I would not have made the first episode if I did not have this method planned out. And the only reason that I kind of found this workflow is because I made 2 little shorts before Atlas episode 1. Yeah. And they were, like, each around, like, 2-3 minutes long each. And those were kind of my first introductions to both, like, larger animations and also voice acted animations, so it kind of like set the pace. And what I learned from that was basically like I need to have all of my progress like laid out in front of me. Basically, like I need to see percentages. I need to have my Trello boards where I can see all the shots and the stuff that I need to do. I need to have my progress logs to write down what I've done every day. I have so much like I have this huge binder of like things.
Oh wow.
That because I take so many notes and I do like a lot of writing on paper for like everything of my animations, and I just store it in there. But the main things that I use is my progress log, where I write down what I do every single day, and it kind of like helps me stay on track. Like, okay, I've done this much work. Maybe I'll set like a quota for the week to kind of reach. I have a bunch of sticky notes on my desk always where I have like little shots that I'll mark off, and I like marking things off because it kind of helps me feel that progress, because beforehand I was kind of just winging it. Like I would like work on whatever I felt like that day, but it wasn't like it just wasn't it wasn't working because I would like,
I suppose.
Yeah, no, not at all. And I also kind of learned that when I do the stages in bulk, like say I'll do like a bunch of keyframes, I'll do a bunch of like in-betweens, I won't finish a shot in one day. Like I'll finish a bunch of keyframes, then I'll go back, and then it kind of like also like helps speed up that process, because if I'm just finishing one shot at a time, that's going to take forever and it's going to feel like forever. So
that's a good way
kind of
to
having
go,
that
actually, because I find it really interesting, the different techniques, different animators, because I think the biggest mistake a lot of young people who are just getting into indie animation, everyone wants to make the biggest new pilot, like they want to make there's because of how the bigger pilots of indie animation tend to be these huge productions of a lot of people, and people don't really recognize how much work that is behind that, and usually try and immediately go for like 18 minutes, 30 minutes, and it's like, you need to make smaller films before you make a big one, I think, which, you've done multiple before you did the first episode. Which, it really does. Animation is hard.
It is. Like, this is no easy task. Do not get me wrong. Like, this is a struggle. I love doing this, so like it's not really that big of a deal for me. But I do like I just got out of a month, like few months long burnout because I've just been like trying to keep going, and I've just been like kind of falling out of love with everything, and I recently like I've kind of been getting it back. Like I waited for it to come back to me, and I'm just like this week or so, like I've just felt it all come rushing back, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so back. I'm so back.
So
I love doing this.
It really is. We're that so chart back. Of like, we're so back, it's so over. That is like the
yes, that is my chart. Like every time I feel burnout, I just imagine that image in my head because I'm like,
it's so real because like burnout is something that is so common among artists. I feel it's very like, especially when you're running such a big project on your own. Like you're a solo animator, right? You do your music, and from what I remember, the only thing you don't do is the voice acting, right?
Yep.
Which is like insane. Usually you have a team, but I'm interested actually. When did you get into composing? Because your music's lovely as well.
Oh, thank you. I actually got into that as soon as I made episode 1, so
really?
That was a pretty recent endeavor for me.
Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, I was like in like Garage Labs and like some other like little phone apps before, and like I did make a song for the first Atlas little short, which was Goggles and a Shortcut. So that wasn't like my first, but I specifically bought FL Studio for episode 1 because it has like it's like that big kind of like first step for music.
Yeah, it's like a really nice software too.
Yeah, it is my favorite program ever. It is so nice, and it's great for beginners too. But I kind of was just like, I kind of want to like try it out. Like I just want to see, because they do offer like a free trial, and you can like have the program for free basically, but you can't like save any of your files. You can't like go back in it. So like I kind of like, my first song that I started was like Atmosphere's theme, and I liked it so much that I was like, I'm just gonna buy this program, and I bought it, and then I just kept going from there, and it was like a matter of just like kind of again pressing the buttons and seeing what works for me, what doesn't, and obviously I have like a lot to learn about music still, and I'm applying a lot of the new knowledge that I've like learned into like episode 2 soundtrack, and it's sounding a lot like, not like I guess better, but like like I just can hear the improvements. I
think it's a very,
I'm like, wow,
like when it comes to being a generalist of all these skills, I mean music's such a different thing. It's so, I struggle to learn music because it's sort of like it just doesn't math in my brain. I'm like, I'm gonna compose it. I get a composer to do it, but it's really impressive. And the music in Atlas feels very like it's beautiful and melancholy, like space, and it's just like it's amazing. What kind of vibe were you going for with
exactly that, pretty much like the wonders of space kind of. I love like using synthesizers and things like that, so there is like you'll hear like a lot of synths and stuff. I am kind of dipping my toes more into like orchestra and like violins and cellos and stuff like that in episode 2, so I'm kind of like, because those instruments do kind of like help drive in the emotion sometimes.
100%.
But it is, it is going to still be like heavily like synth related though, because it just has such a space vibe, and I like the emotions that it brings. I don't know. I like it a lot. I know with.
It hits. It definitely hits. Like I think you executed it very well. It's sort of like I think you captured how vast and small like Atlas feels in comparison to like the world that she's approaching, and it's like it's melancholy. Like space music is always melancholy, and it's like so good. I was like, oh wow, this is like so it definitely brings those emotions on. But you're right, like string instruments help a lot when it comes to emotional scenes. When like for my own works, generally my composers handle it, but I'm sort of like, can you put this instrument here? Like I know that sounds good, I just don't know how to apply it.
yeah.
But I'm interested, who are your main inspirations? Like what kind of creators do you like generally? What inspires your work? Like which people do you find interesting? Or is it more of a media type thing?
I mean, I guess it could be both. Like, for indie animation, I tend to, like, gravitate towards, like, these smaller creators that, like, have these like passion projects basically, and they usually have like a bunch of episodes out and nobody like watches them.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy. There's so many.
Yeah. Oh, there was like this one show and it was called Towpath. I think it did get canceled, but
Oh,
it
no.
had 12 fully animated episodes by one creator.
That's
And I was like
crazy.
just so in awe about it. I still like I'm such an inspiration to me to this day. It's just it's so cool to see these. And I
Yeah.
know one of my other big ones right now is like The Stolen Hope by Galimtito.
Oh,
It
okay.
it's it has like it was like a original series like that they made when they were like in high school and
Oh,
things, but they
wow.
rebooted it recently and it has like 6 new episodes and it's like so good. I love the writing. I love everything about it. You could just feel the passion there and that's what like fuels my inspiration for like
Yeah.
stuff like this because I just wow, I love seeing like the love for these things, you know.
The thing I find so fascinating about the indie animation community in itself, a lot of creators, much like you, um, we find joy from seeing how well, like, what other people are creating. I find it strange that people try to rank like indie things because it's not the same beast as like a corporate show. These are just people's passion projects. These are their babies.
Yeah.
Like they're not.
Yeah.
It's really strange when people are like, "Oh, do you think this show's better or worse?" I'm like, "No, I just like the show." I don't have a
Exactly. I have
ranking.
2 cakes, you know?
2K.
Yeah, I don't like seeing those comparisons. Like, I guess that's like kind of like a normal thing. They are kind of used to doing that for like these big
Yeah.
corporations and stuff.
I think it's because
But
it's such
they
an
do have to
emerging
remember.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget that these are usually out of someone's own pocket and it's just their OCs that they're smashing together to be like, yeah, look, these are my OCs, this is like my OCs and this is my story. Like, it's less of a
Yeah.
like, here's a product we're making to sell to you. It's more of a, these are my little guys. I funded this with like $2 and a lollipop. Like,
Yeah. That's like one of the things that I like the one thing I don't like seeing is people like harping on the quality of these projects. Like,
right.
you are getting like you should be surprised at what you're getting because these are all usually just self-funded, self-made.
Right.
Like you're comparing these projects to TV budget animations usually
It's so
that have
strange.
millions of dollars to work with. Like you can't be doing that. That's kind of a very unfair comparison to make, you know?
It's also like people are paying nothing to watch them. Like you know, it's
Yeah,
on
you're watching
YouTube.
these for
These
free
are
on
free.
YouTube, and you're complaining. Like I don't know, it just like I hate seeing that because it puts down the smaller creators, and like
Yeah.
some people might not want to step into indie because they think they have to make this huge, gigantic
Yeah.
TV quality project when that is not the case. You can literally make anything. And it'll sell. Like
Precisely,
if you
yeah.
have a good story on your hands, then you don't have to worry about the visuals. Like you've got it, you know.
It's also interesting because you know, massive projects like things like Digital Circus has been, all that stuff. These are very special cases that got very successful over years of marketing and practice and having massive teams. And obviously, they deserve the respect that they get. They've done the work to get there. But the difference is, most small creators aren't going to achieve that within the first year of making their project, unless you're very lucky. It takes so many years of practice, and you know, like you said to me personally before, learning marketing. That's such a huge part of indie because we don't have the budget for a marketing team. So
Yeah.
I mean, how do you market your stuff generally?
Well, I mean, I guess I did a good job with episode 1 because obviously it did
cooked.
take off.
You did
Yeah.
really well.
But I think it could have been better. Like I have a lot of plans for like episode 2's marketing campaign. I want to make it bigger and better, kind of like really get it out there.
Yeah.
I know, let me think. I know Reels and like TikTok is like the now.
Oh,
that is
yeah.
where like majority of the inflow is going to come in from. And you kind of have to like cater to those. Like I hate making reels, but you know I kind of have to. But
It's difficult because they're just different. They're different demographics. I think for Reels and TikTok, you get a lot more viewers, but getting the traffic to go where you want it to go is the hard part. Like
yeah,
the numbers are there, but really, at least from my observations, TikTok is great for getting it out there, but to get them to move from point A to point B is a bit tricky. You get that easier with Reels and with Blue Sky, I'd say, or like Twitter.
Yeah.
And I think that's just to do with demographic. I think TikTok's a lot of young people, so it depends on who you're marketing to, I guess, what project is. Because that's another thing. What demographic would you say Atlas and the Stars is marketed towards?
it is marketed towards, I want to say, like teens and young adults.
Yeah.
Like it is aimed at like on younger audiences.
Mm.
So I guess like TikTok and stuff like that. Because I've uploaded things and they have taken off there, and I think that's kind of like the main reason because it is targeted towards those younger
Yeah.
demographics. It's got those friendly, upbeat colors, friendliness. You know, it's yeah.
It's. I mean, I think as well. You know, it's beautiful and it's got a very compelling story. It's like I think it's kind of interesting to see how people market different shows differently because demographics vary. To have one that's more easier to market to a younger audience is definitely it's we need more shows for that kind of demographic because I think people either go like hard into adult or like hard into like children entertainment when it comes to animation from what I've noticed. But like you said, there's something for everyone in indie animation. If you want it, you can find it where wherever you look.
Absolutely.
Is there any more like recent projects that are like that you're looking forward to that are coming out in terms of like indie animation circles or just things in general in the future?
There is like a few like I think Ruff Danger Dogs like just released like a trailer for their second episode, and I it's like this it's like kind of a hybrid show where they have like these toys and they're like these superhero dogs, and it's really nice. I did like the first episode a lot, so I'll be looking forward to episode 2 like greatly.
It's so cool. I've been following
there's also like
along.
Sinking Road.
Sinking Road?
Oh, go ahead.
That sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
Where is that from?
Oh god, why am I forgetting the username? Hound.
That's it! That's
like
I know that!
Yeah.
Those guys are cool.
It's like a movie basically. I think it's gonna be 40 minutes long. Like that is, and it's solo animated too. Like that is like so
minutes?
inspiring. Yeah, I think so. Like it is gonna be a longer animation, so I am looking super forward to that. I know it's been in production for like I want to say 5 years. I think
5 years. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's gonna be so cool to see it come to fruition. You know.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to Pieces of Powder continuing. That one's quite cool.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
It's a good one. It's taken off quite a bit recently. I think it's been around for a while, but it's like a sort of 3D. It reminds me of like older Nintendo DS games. It's a very like 3D kind of like boxy thing, and it's about this girl and her experience of like relationships in school. It's really cute, but also like emotionally devastating.
Oh no!
Oh wow! It's so good.
Yeah. I'll have to look into that.
There's so many cool indie animations out there. Like it's really funny when people are like, oh, they don't make this thing, and I'm like, either make it yourself or find it. It's out there, I promise.
I promise, yeah.
Choose delusion. Create indie. I feel like most indie animators, from the ones I've met at least, operate on a slight sense of delusion because it's like that's how you get at least personally in my experience, I operate with being like, yeah, this is gonna get famous. I'm gonna do amazing, and everyone's gonna love this. Like.
Hey, that's a good mindset to have, because like what's the harm in trying, you know?
Precisely.
I went into making Atlas. I had no idea the amount of numbers it was going to make. I was just doing it for the love of the game, you know?
You have to love the game, otherwise there's like no point.
Yeah, like these are like, I don't think people realize that these are very strenuous projects half of the time.
Yeah.
Like it is going to take tolls on your mental health. Like if you're not ready for that, like if that's something that you're not like really interested for, then you need to maybe reconsider or like kind of like think of ways that wouldn't like have that on you. Like if you make a shorter project, then it's gonna be like easier on you. But these longer projects, like you need to kind of prepare because it will have its damages on you sometimes.
It's the whole triangle of like money, time, quality. If you've got money, it's a little easier. But then you need to get the funding, and that's a pain, especially in these times. But But with time as well, that's a whole other thing. But if you figure out, like you said before, with your timing, you can sort of figure out how you would approach a longer project. I think the difficulty is staying interested in that project. How do you stay interested in your projects?
God, I don't know. I really like the stars. Like I feel like this is going to stick with me until the day I die, you know? Like This is just
Sometimes
something I'm
it just
super
does.
passionate about. Yeah. I love these characters. I love the world that I've created. I just think I really have something on my hands here. And if people like it, then they like it. If they don't, then they don't, you know? But at the end of the day, I really like what I'm doing, so I know that I'll have something, worthwhile. I don't know. I have a lot of passion for these characters.
Yeah,
It kind of keeps me going.
they're generally really cool, and I mean, I think the fact that the designs are so striking definitely plays into that. And
Yeah. And easy to animate.
Yeah, easy
That's
to
another
animate. That's another
Oh,
character
God.
designs. Easy to animate.
Yeah.
It's like it's so funny because some designs, like simplicity of design, is so important in animation for efficiency. And if you've got those more complicated, like shiny designs, they're gonna take so long to animate. I mean, you can do it, but it would take longer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm interested. You've had a lot of fan art and fan interaction with Atlas and the Stars and your work. What's that been like for you?
It's been amazing. Like, I think that's another thing that kind of keeps me motivated too. Like, my motivation doesn't solely rely on that, but it's like so cool to like see that there's like a fandom there, you know?
Yeah, it's really cool.
It was pretty big back when it first came out. Like, it's still there too, which is like really surprising. I don't know. I know on TikTok there was like a big like Atlas kind of community there. They would make edits and things, and I would watch them. Like, oh, this is so neat.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then the fan art. God, I love seeing the fan art so much.
You have some
it's
fantastic
just so
fan
cool.
artists in your community. Like, I've seen them on your
I
timeline.
know.
Wow.
They are so talented. I love seeing it. And it's like a lot of these people are like, Atlas inspires me so much, so then you see them create their own things, and it's like, yeah, you're keeping the cycle of like creativity going. Keep it going, and it's so neat to see. Like, it just makes me really happy. I don't know.
No, it's really cool. I've noticed as well. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You have fans making OCs for your series.
Yeah, they have a bunch of fan characters made. Yeah, I think they have like their little stories going on. They kind of like share them in the Discord server, and
oh wow,
it's cool to see that they're kind of just creating characters for the world, you know.
I think it's so cool as well because it's like it must be insane how much you've spawned from having like one episode out, and it's like they're getting all this, and I'm like, wow, that's so cool. That's the great thing about creatives. They just sort of grab something like, this is my entire personality now.
Yeah. it is very great to see. It's just like it makes it feel worthwhile, you know, like just knowing that you're leaving an impact out there. It's great.
It's also just nice to have your work validated, I think, especially if you spend so long on something. You know, people showing their appreciation for what you've done. That is so earned, you know. And sometimes with art, you just don't, you can throw a piece into the void and no one will see it. And it's like, I spent my soul. And whilst art doesn't rely solely on, the affection of others, it's also like, it's nice when you get it.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when, like, you get like 2 likes on something and it's like you spent so much time on it.
I spent 70 hours on this.
Yeah, I think I would have like cried a little bit if episode 1 like, didn't really get that far. But yeah, it's nice to see it kind of getting recognition.
Yeah, I mean,
like it was all worthwhile.
Yeah, I think as well. I imagine episode 2 will do very well, as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully, just as good, if not better. And I mean, you've been mentioned on I think you've been mentioned on like other bigger creators who've shouted you out. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I know Glitch did something earlier last year.
The way I was
think
cheering
as well. Yeah.
Whenever I saw you, I was like, yeah.
Oh, that was so nice of them. They shouted out a lot of indie creators actually. Yeah. It was a very nice thing to do.
It's very nice to see bigger creators supporting the indie community, and it's very cool to like be chilling, like when you're drawing, you have like a video essay in the background, and you just hear like someone in the community on there being like, "Oh my god, that person! Yeah, they deserve that!" Yeah, it's so cool.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, seeing you in the Glitch video, like Alice in the Glitch video, I was like, whoa! Oh, I remember having, I think it was either Liv or my friend Phil texting me about it, and we were just like, oh my god, this is amazing! It's so good to see.
Yo, that is so cool.
Also, what's your thoughts on like how the indie scene will evolve in the next few years? I mean, obviously we can't get a 100% prediction, but from what you can see, what do you reckon's going to happen?
I think that it is going in a good direction right now. Like, it's been thriving. Like, I know, like, I want to say, like, it started taking off, like, a lot back in,
Oh
like,
yeah.
2022, I want to say, because that's
Mm.
kind of when I got my eyes on the whole indie scene.
Yeah.
But it's just been going up and up and up, and it's, like, getting a lot more wider recognition, especially since, like, a lot of these, like, creators, like Glitch and things, they're getting, like, licenses and stuff. Like, they're selling with Hot Topic and, like,
Yeah.
big corporations and things like that. So it is getting more eyes on this like little scene over here, and I
I
think
mean,
it's gonna only keep
Glitch is
going.
going crazy with like their stuff. They've got like pop-up cafes and things. It's
Yeah,
just
they
like
have
crazy.
pop-up cafes, mangas, like sponsorships. It's like crazy.
I
I
think
mean, good for them. Like, oh my gosh.
I've heard from my buddies who work at Glitch that their team is just very like their marketing and sort of like financial department is just so robust, which is
I can
like,
imagine.
I mean, they have to like be able to manage that,
Yeah.
and to retain the rights whilst giving it to Netflix is insane. Like it's
Yes.
almost unheard of. You know, it seems that it's you know, a bright future for indie animation. At least I hope. I think my only fear is that indie's kind of hard to sustain.
Yes.
And I think that's something that a lot of people forget. People are like, oh, we need like to use indie to replace like studio animation. It's like, no, we need both, but like it won't replace studio animation because you know, there's more stability in that. But it is really interesting the sort of seeing people discuss the future of indie and sort of how it's going to function going forward, because and Glitch has laid a very nice path for that, like to show that it is possible to have it supported by bigger networks and to go somewhere with something that probably was like a silly little OC turned into something so huge and so important to so many people. And I think I don't know how to word this, but like, do you think that the next generation of indie animators is going to be like I predict that they're going to be an insanely talented bunch because of how much they've been shown the way to sort of begin to hopefully be inspired by all these other creators. At least that's my hope for the younger generation.
No, probably, because like growing up, it's like you would be like, let me figure out how to word this. You're sometimes on social media and you'll see like this crazy Mona Lisa looking artwork, and you'll go to their profile and it's like a 13-year-old that drew it, and you're like, it's like, I think because there's so many resources now available on the internet that these kids have access to, it's making creation a lot more accessible, and like they can like hone in their crafts at such an early age, which is great because they can kind of cement that fundamentals like early on. And I think it'll be the same with indie animation because we're not really gatekeeping the information here. We're pretty
there's no need
transparent
to,
about
like,
it. Yeah.
I think it's really silly. I feel like there's some aspects with the animation industry where it is sort of very, well, not necessarily gatekept, but the information's not easily accessible. Whilst now a lot of people are sharing their methods, and which is why I think it's important to, you know, be open about these things. People should be able to create. The more creation we get, the better. Everyone wins in the end. And I think what's really fascinating about indie animation, especially for younger creators, these creators are getting younger and younger, and like it's like they're making these things. I mean, I think we're around the same age. So we would have been in that weird transitional phase where the internet is in our life, but we remember a time when it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's like, I think I remember first watching, like, what was it back in the day? I'd watch like Yo Mama on YouTube. That was like my first entry to indie
really
stuff.
Oh my god,
that's crazy. It's very strange as well, I'd say, how small the indie community is. Everyone seems to know each other as far as you know, so, like I knew you via Liv, who plays Atmosphere, and I think I've heard that some of my other people from the university I studied at knew you as well, apparently.
Really?
Like
That's so cool. Oh, it is a small world.
It is tiny. Everyone just like, oh, everyone knows each other. But it is very cool. But with the next question, what kind of themes do you like developing in your work? Like, what kind of stories, thematically, do you like to explore?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that like one of my favorite like themes to work with is like love, but not even just like, you know, romantic love. I like just exploring like the dynamics of just relationships and like platonic or like family or found family even. Like, oh my god, I love found family. That is
Found
like one of my
family's
favorite
such
tropes.
a good trope.
Yes, it's just so interesting to see, and even like on the bad sides of like love and like, you know, how it can kind of have its effects
Yeah.
on people, and
It's
like
so
dealing with
interesting.
like maybe things like grief and like effects of trauma and things like that. It is pretty interesting to write about things like that where it gets kind of like a little darker.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they're very
I
human ways of feeling, I think.
yeah, I just like exploring, you know, human emotions.
Yeah,
I
I
think it's
think
very important to kind of
it was
get that out there
definitely
now.
it was definitely like very clear in like episode 1 that you're going to as far from what I can perceive, you're going to be tackling themes of grief which look very interesting. Like that
It is
scene
definitely
is
something really interesting to write about. Like I really like writing about.
yeah. I think you cooked because it was just like, oh my gosh, we're gonna do this. Oh, that looks so
Yeah,
sad.
we're doing this episode 1. Come on, guys.
Hey, lock in, guys. We're gonna get emotional, and I'm really wondering. I can imagine Atlas is gonna find some kind of found family. I mean, already with Atmosphere, like the
Yeah, yeah.
dynamic is so fun. Like, I love the kind of like dead ass locked in person, and then just like, guys, can we not? Like, kind of energy.
That is another one of like my favorite things to write. Is just like opposites attract. Like that is
Oh
my
yes.
favorite trope ever too. It's so fun to write because Atlas is like, you know, like the sun, or no, she's not the sunshine one. Atmosphere is the sunshine, and then Atlas is like the grump, and
She's
they kind of
locked
just
in.
bounce off each other. Yeah, she's too locked in. They bounce off each other really well, and I love writing them so much.
She tells Atmosphere, she tells the McDonald's staff, no pickles. He said no pickles.
He asked for no pickles.
But I mean, have you worked on other projects outside of Atlas, and do you have any other works like that planned in the future?
I do have another little story that I'm hoping to one day also turn into an animated
Ooh.
series. It is called Jam the Superhero Dog, and I actually made that one back when I was like, how old was I? I don't even know. It was back in 2017.
Oh,
I was a
okay.
baby. But I've
Oh
had
god,
that
that was
story with
years
me
ago.
for a while.
I was like, oh wait.
Yeah. Oh god. Let me think.
Gosh,
It was going to be my first animated series, but you know, my
Hmm.
computer surged and I kind of lost everything and I
Oh
kind of gave
no.
up on it. But you know, like silver linings, I got Atlas.
Yeah.
I think Jam needs to be reworked anyways. Like I have a lot
Yeah.
of things planned for it that I kind of want to dive back into now that I'm older and can like
Yeah,
I know how to
perspective
write
definitely
these things better.
changes. Like, I
Yeah.
think I've noticed as the years go by, perspective on projects and storytelling changes so much as you evolve from a teenager to an adult.
Yeah, you gain more life experience and things
For
like
real?
that, and it's like you get to apply it now.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, it's very interesting to see that evolution. And for the last question I've got, what platforms do you think are the best for indie animation? Where would you recommend the most?
Well, I mean, like YouTube, that is probably gonna be like your
Yeah.
go-to place. I mean, I haven't posted Atlas anywhere else. Like YouTube is like the platform for indie.
Mm,
That's where I find every single indie animation is on YouTube. And
really?
yeah, I mean, I do see it through like Twitter and things like that, like
Mm.
Instagram, like marketing. But like to go and actually watch it, it is on YouTube. Like I
Yeah.
cannot name a platform where I've watched a full indie animation that isn't YouTube. You know.
I think the only major
Um,
one is Newgrounds, maybe.
oh yeah, that too. I mean, I've never used Newgrounds, but I know that is a pretty popular one.
It's like the birthplace of indie, I think, because it's like
Yeah, actually.
I think because like if my internet knowledge serves me correctly, I think things seem to start on Newgrounds and then move to YouTube. But yeah, similarly, I think I find most things are on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a good platform. It's like it's fairly consistent, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but is there anything else you'd like to tell us about?
Not that I can think of. I mean, like, I don't know.
I really
If you're looking to make an indie project, just go for it, you know? Like, don't be scared to take your first steps. You do want to start off small, though. Do not bite off more than you can chew. Making a 30-minute animated series, you know, per episode is not an easy task. That is kind of, like, extremely ambitious on my end. Like, with Jam, because now that I know
yeah.
these things, like with Jam, I definitely do not want to make episodes that are longer than maybe like 7 minutes. Like I am
That's fair
limiting
enough.
myself. Yeah, like when you see these indie projects, they are all typically like in the 20-minute range, but you don't really have to follow that.
No.
You can do your own thing. That's the joys of indie. Like, you don't have to stick to what the bigger people are doing. Just do your own thing, and it will succeed if you stay true to yourself. You know, if you have something smaller you want to make, if you just want to make animated shorts, then go for it. It's gonna do well if you have a good story on your hands.
People will gravitate towards more things as well. I mean, like, something I think of is, like, Steven Universe only had, like, 10-minute episodes, and people... I mean, I know there's a lot of them, but, like, he's told a lot in 10 minutes. And I think as well with Atlas is such an outlier in being that long of a pilot. Like, it's such an impressive feat, but it is a rare occurrence.
Yeah.
Most people...
it's so hard to do.
It's hard to do. Like, I think... the most I've done myself is, like, 17 minutes, which is still insanely hard.
Yeah, that's, like, a crazy number. Like, don't even get me wrong.
I mean, like, 30 minutes is, especially as a solo dev, is crazy. Like, you know, if you want to do a 30-minute pilot, go for it, but also, like, learn...
Prepare yourself.
Speed. Yeah, and don't die. And understand that it will take ages. It's going to be a year minimum. A year is fast, honestly. Like, I mean...
Yeah, episode 2, I think it's been over a year now, but it is a longer episode than 1 was, so
oh my god,
I guess it is going to be like
30 minutes?
It's going to be 36 minutes.
36 minutes! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, actually. It wasn't meant to be that long, but then it kind of just happened.
And it was passion. It's a passion project.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Thank you so much for letting me interview you today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun talking to you.
I'm so glad. So yeah, lock in, make indie animation, and tune in for the next episode.